Hi, I'm going to demonstrate how to make a paracord bracelet. This is the easiest kind to make. I'm starting with 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 feet. I've got a buckle here. If I recall correctly, it's a 3/8 inch buckle. See how it kind of curves and curves? You want this side up. So we're going to take this, fold it in half, take the loop in. We're going to open up the buckle for just a second. We want to start with this end. And see how it's curving up? I'm going to put that in. Okay. Whoops, did you see that? Okay, see how I've got the loop in now? Alright, doing that. Then I'm going to reach in and pull my ends through my loop. Pull my knot nice and tight here. Okay, now I'm going to reattach these two guys. And I'm going to re-stretch these out, making sure they stay parallel and there's no twist in them, because that'll give you a nicer looking bracelet. Okay, now I'm going to take these two ends, still with my, got them stretched out, flip it over so that my back is up, curve side up again, put these two ends through the other end. Got to remember to hold this down so I stay in the view. Tried doing this yesterday and half the time you couldn't see what I was doing. Okay. So I'm pulling it back through, so I've got this kind of big circle here. I'm going to unclip this again, and I'm going to take my ruler here, and I'm going to make this for like a 7.5 inch wrist. So measure only one side of the buckle, because the other side is going to be buried in it, so it kind of don't count. Take this out, and I don't want it exactly 7.5 inches, because otherwise you don't have room to fasten and unfasten it. It's a little bit tight, so I'm going to make this at 8 inches. So I'm going to bring, that's where my 8 inch mark is. I'm going to bring the buckle around this way, and that should be at 8 inches there. Okay, so that's where I'm going to anchor it at. I'm going to bring these two out, and I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here, but I'm going to do this upside down because I discovered it makes it easier for you to see. I'm going to clamp the end of this clasp right there underneath that. And then I've got to turn everything upside down in my head, and this takes me a little bit. But I discovered yesterday by accident that this was one of the best ways for you guys to see what I was actually doing. Okay, I always start with my left, but because I'm working upside down, I'm going to start with my right. These are macrame knots like were used on the hemp bracelet. They're just a square knot. These two here are going to be my carriers. So I'm going to go over and under, and I'm going to pull this one toward me. It can go up to, it's just that it needs to go, you need to know where it's going and kind of get it out of the way. The other one that it just went underneath of is now going to go underneath the two carriers and up through this little hole right here. Okay, now we're going to pull that nice and snug. Now this is going to kind of be our anchoring one. Okay, so we've got that stretched out there. Let's just make sure we've got that at 8 inches still. So I'm going to stretch this out. Okay, it shows just at 8 inches, and I'm measuring that end of the bracelet instead of and not this end. So it just shows 8 inches. And so now I can pull this one nice and tight. Okay, now let's see, we started with, alright, so next side is, we started with this one over here, and that one went over and up. Now it's this one right here, okay, so the next knot, the next half of the knot, this one goes over and under again, and this one comes, and get this one out of the way. Over and under and out of the way, and this one goes under and up through the loop there. Let's see, did I do this right? Yeah, that looks pretty good. See how this one's going up and this one's staying under? And I'm just pulling everything tight, stretching this out so that it doesn't make a glob and I end up with a nice smooth surface on the inside. Okay, this side's turned now. It goes over the top. And this one comes over. Other side goes over, under, and through. Starting on this side's turn now to go over the top and under, and this side's turn to go under and up through the hole. So you're basically going to be alternating right, left, right over, left over, right under, left. Okay, right side over, left side over, under, and up. Okay, this is getting to be about 10 minutes now. It's going to probably take me about another 10, 15, 20 minutes to finish this. I'm just going to keep on doing the same exact thing and then I'm going to finish it. So what I'm going to do is pause the video right now and come back when I get about 2 or 3 more knots to do at the end. Okay, I'm recording again. Let me get everything back into view. And I see I just goofed up right here. I've got my overs and unders reversed and it kind of looks funny. See how it's supposed to go over and under, and this one kind of goes from under to over rather than over to over. So I need to take that one out. I need to take this one, and this one is going under right now, so it needs to go over. This one needs to come over and under. And now it goes under, and then over like it's supposed to. The other thing I've noticed with paracord is because of the because it isn't all one thing, it's like a casing around a whole bunch of other fibers. You need to kind of make sure it doesn't get twisted, or try to keep the casing from twisting around the fibers. Otherwise it doesn't look too good. I just goofed up again, didn't I? I did. Okay, over, under. There we go. Oh, if you leave those mistakes in, your paracord bracelet, instead of being nice and flat like this, will start to twist on you. For some reason today I keep making that mistake. I can't get the right pattern in my head. Or I have the wrong pattern in my head or something like that today. I don't know what. Okay, little bird, I'll get you some more here soon. Probably tomorrow morning. Get this done tonight. Okay, I'm back at the bracelet. I don't have a fid to work this back in, which is the way that's really nice to do it, so you don't have to burn your ends. So what I'm going to do is take and trim my ends off on both sides, fairly close. Frayed ends, frayed ends, okay? Now I'm going to unhook everything here and see if I can do something without burning myself. And here I have a handy dandy lighter that I don't use except for things like this, because I don't smoke. So you just want to kind of melt the ends, lick your fingers so you don't burn yourself, bring them back together again so they form a nice little clump. This may or may not work that well. one more time, and I'm going to call this one quits. Maybe. It isn't doing what it's supposed to. I hate melting ends of things. There we go. Now it melted nice. Gave me a nice little end clump there. Okay? So it isn't going to ravel, it isn't going to go anyplace. Now let's see if I can get that done on this other end. Okay, so you guys can see it's a little bit black, but it's nice, and where all the little white was sticking out, it's all gone. Can't burn myself. I got a little bit of a breeze here today, so I've got to keep my hands out of the way. Oops, that one got up there. Okay, so there you go. And that's the way you make your paracord. Ideally, you don't get these hot enough to turn them black. I'm never quite that good. And here is your bracelet. Come on. I'm trying to do this with my left hand. And it is not wanting to cooperate. Alright. Let's see. Come on, get started. Okay, now you can see it started in there. There we go. And then it's going to close. Try it one more time. There we go. You can see my wrist measures about 6.5 inches. This one has a good bit of wearing room on it, so there you go. That's it for making a paracord bracelet.